Oh, I gotta change this stream. Let's see. Welcome to the stream, lads and ladies. Let's see. Streaming. I forgot to change the thumbnail. What are we gonna do for the thumbnail? Keep it simple. T18. How you doing? Pretty neat. Pretty neat little vehicle. There she be. Okay. T18. It's not called the Greyhound, it's called the Boarhound. Let's hope. Alright. Okay. That'll do. We change the thumbnail. We change the name on her. We already picked up an image, and this is the War Thunder CDK asset viewer. It's a separate program you can download. And this is how you can look at vehicle models in the game. Right now, you're looking at a 2D representation of the turret for the Abrams tank. You recognize those cheeks? Cheeks you can recognize anywhere. Tank Baby has some pretty cute cheeks. But we want the T18E2. So here we are. The assets are arranged alphabetically. We're in the US tanks tree right now. And we want the T18E2. There's the body, and this is the alpha mapping. Alright, this is like basically how shiny things are. You'll notice how like these gears have a pretty bright alpha. Then there's parts that are dark, like these little divots and holes and such there. You can see some rivet holes, that's pretty neat. So alpha mapping on those is darker. You can see a little bit about what we're looking at. This is clearly the body of the vehicle. There's your whole machine gun port, your turret ring, with some internal components crammed in here to save space on the render. And as you can tell, if you compare this to other models, there's all kinds of components, but we don't care about the alpha map. I'm fine leaving that the way it is. We want the color map. So this, it's harder to recognize a vehicle out of this, isn't it? But I guarantee you that's what it is. Export to DDS. Choose where we want to export it, and I've already made a mistake, so we're going to do this the easy way. Customization. Obviously, we're back in the War Thunder client right now. Create a new skin. Now we have a folder to export our file into. So we want War Thunder, and then we want user skins. It's going to be a template, so it's here with all these other templates. Now T is going to be pretty late in the alphabet. T18. Okay. T18 body C.dds. Alright. And our next one, we want the same thing for the gun. See the mantlet, see the cannon. Makes sense. And when you're exporting, you want to make sure you're exporting the RGBA file. You can export individual colors or just RGB, which is your red, green, blue. A, of course, alpha, that's your brightness. Export. And we gotta go back same way we came. Unless there's a recently used one. Well, whatever. We're smart, we can figure it out. User skins. Template US T18E2. The fact that the E2 is in the game makes me think that maybe the E1 or other models of Armored Car could be coming to the game with the upcoming updates. I like Armored Cars. I like wheeled vehicles in general being added to the game, and I am especially excited. I never say especially, but I got excited and especially mixed up. I'm especially excited. I hate people that do that. I don't hate the people, right? I hate the game, love the player, but I hate it when people say especially, because it just gets me, right? There's no X in the word. There's an S. You never pronounce it. Anyway, I have sort of lost my train of thought. Oh, right. I'm especially excited about more modern wheeled vehicles coming into the game. You could even have Jeeps, right? Not to say that they're more modern, but how about a Jeep with a tow missile launcher, right? Or even just I don't know, a 37mm anti-tank gun. I'm sure they mounted a 37 onto a Jeep at some point. How cool would that be, right? Teeny little Jeep putting around, you know, and you could have a Jeep with a bazooka or a recoilless gun on it. I'm sure they made one, right? You guys who know your stuff, all your history in vehicles, you probably know. Ask the European Canadian about it. He'll talk to you for an hour. And keep you entertained at the same time. Were we making a custom camo? I got a little sidetracked. But Humvees too, right? And all kinds of other wheeled vehicles. I'd like to see more of them come to the game, and if they become more of a thing, then that means that Gaijin will work on how they handle. Because right now, wheels act a little bit strangely in the game. They don't quite function the way with the amount of efficiency that you would expect out of a wheeled vehicle. They almost act like the tires are really rigid. They don't have quite the grip that you would expect out of a wheeled vehicle, especially on the Puma, but you can also notice it on other wheeled vehicles. It's almost like they have like 100 PSI in the tires when they should be more like 50. You know what I mean? Any guys that drive vehicles, you know what I'm talking about. And around here on the coast, I live right next to the dunes. And if you're going to go out on the sand, the first thing you do is drop your air pressure and your wheels down to the very minimum that they can handle. And I would love to see an ability to adjust air pressure in your vehicle before you leave for battle. That would be so cool. You know, you've got the adjustment for like fuel you can carry in your aircraft. How about PSI? Tire inflation, and they could just make it a relative thing, like tire inflation max, and that'll be improved speed but reduced traction. And tire inflation, standard, or tire inflation minimum, where you have improved traction but reduced speed. Wouldn't that be cool? I think so. Anyway, moving on, because that's a huge deal. If you could actually reduce the tire pressure in the Puma, it would function so much smoother because it would wobble less. You get more grip out of those tires. They also absorb more lateral motion. I think it needs its alignment looked at as well. But take that car to Les Schwab. That's what we have around here on the West Coast. I gotta get let's do this thing. I gotta stop talking to you guys and start actually doing stuff. Did we export this yet? Export to DDS. I completely got sidetracked, but can you tell that I like wheeled vehicles and I'm excited about them? Because I can tell. I kind of got that out of... Where are we now? War Thunder. User skin. Template US. T18. Yeah, we already did this. I was just wasting your time. Then we need the turret. C file. There we go. C stands for color. And that's good enough for me. Alright. What do we want? User skins. I'm really distracted right now. I just got done taking care of Tank Baby and laid her down for a nap. So I'm pretty brain drained right now. I gave her spaghetti this morning for breakfast, and then I gave her stir-fry noodles with teriyaki beef, slow-cooked homegrown beef. Really, really good stuff. So we're done with the CDK. Unless there's more. Let's see. Wait. I have the wrong turret. That's the T25 turret. We want the T18. E2 turret. See, yeah, that looks better. I messed up. See, I was distracted. This is what happens. Also, in my live stream where I drove the T18, I drove right past a T34, right out in the open. Can you guys tell I was tired? I was tired. I think I mentioned I was a little bit fatigued in that video. User skins. I definitely didn't have the stamina to actually grind out that event. The last half of the event, the last 3 medals I just purchased because I don't have the time, and I've never done that before. I never purchased an event medal until today, but yeah, I was happy to do so. It's a neat vehicle, and I just don't have the time. Got too many things that I do now, which you're welcome, guys. I love sharing my my life with you guys here on the internet. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to open up that. Where do I find that? I want to open up the quick jump to screenshots, and then go back to War Thunder and user skins. Now the reason that we dropped those files there is we can see them when we do a few things, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So first we're going to open up this. This is, what do you call this? This is the file. It's the only one you can open with Notepad, so there you go. That tells the game what to replace. And here it's telling the game to replace text camo for text, you know, custom camo right here, this file. We don't care about this. We're not doing it that way. So we're going to change it. We're going to tell it to change these ones. T18E2 body C, and see these have the same name. We can get rid of that T25. These have the same name that they have in the game registry to refer to them. So what do I mean by that? Basically, you take this name, and I'm going to copy it by doing this. Go rename, Control C, don't change anything. And then here, when it says from, paste. And when it says to, paste. And this is important. You got to put .dds because it's a direct draw surface file. You see what I did? Okay, this is just how I do it. There's probably a better way. Then I'm going to take and copy that whole paragraph, paste it in twice, do the same thing for the 2 other elements that we're going to replace. So Control C for our gun, right here, paste, and we already have .dds typed in, so we'll just not select that, paste over this one. Rename, Control C, click out without changing anything, that's important, and paste, paste. There it is. This tells the game to replace these 3 files with whatever I end up turning these into, because I'll edit the file directly and then I'll not rename it. I'll just save over it. It's not the best way to do it, but it's the fastest way, and then it'll appear differently in the game. So we'll save this. We have to save the changes before the game will notice. And now we're ready to start making custom camo. So I was thinking about, let's take a look at our T18. This really looks like that vehicle from Mass Effect. You know, because it's got the 8 wheels and they're all powered, and I had some good times in that thing. People complained about the vehicle sections of Mass Effect, and they weren't perfect, but from somebody who really enjoyed the vehicle sections of like Halo Combat Evolved, the original game, I liked him. So, yeah. And I'm talking Mass Effect 2. I didn't get into Mass Effect 3, and Mass Effect 1 was okay. So, we were doing things, weren't we? Let's start with the body. And let's go to the internet for some inspiration. So I've got some armor here that we've looked at, and yeah, just sort of some armor. And then, what's the vehicle from Mass Effect called? bet if I type that in, I'll see it right away. Here it is. Yeah. There we go. Isn't that cool? Somebody built a little model out of it. That's so neat. Oh. Oh. Legs. Oh. Alright, so this is like a visual reference we can use. That looks pretty cool. Notice how the turret has that color scheme. You've got like the white, dark, almost like a black with some detail visible, and then sort of a dark gray weathered look. That's pretty neat. Now there's the rip-off that people would pay way too much money for and not even get the game. Did you know about that? So yeah. Anything with fandom, as soon as you start scrolling down the images, things get weird pretty quick. So I apologize if you see anything weird. That's just the internet for you. That is pretty neat. So we'll use that as a sort of a visual reference. Cool picture. And then I was thinking about maybe drawing some elements from the armor, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. Let's just draw direct inspiration from this. So we've got like a steely gray, we've got a red, and the whole thing looks kind of weathered and dirty. And I don't know, I could kind of get behind that, I guess. The detail on the tires is kind of important. I think we're gonna want to change the color. If you look at our tires in game, yeah, that could work. But I want to sort of make it a little bit less dusty. And a little bit more. Actually, the detail on those tires is great. Look, you can see like some writing on there. It says Master Grip. You see there? Yeah, they got no excuse for not having them inflated properly now because they got the PSI ratings on the side there. PSI is pounds per square inch. That's a pressure rating for Americans. The Brits is. So. That looks pretty neat. We're going to try and make this look like that. And if it doesn't work out, you know, it just doesn't work out. We can always try something else. But you've already seen how to make those files. And now we've opened up that image. What image am I talking about? This one right here. The body color map. We've opened it with GIMP. And I'm just going to do this really quick. Colors, components, decompose. RGBA. It decomposes each of the components to layers. So this is like how screen printing works. It goes by like percent values, and your light and dark here is how much percent of red you have. So like when it's really light, that's like almost 100% red. Green, blue. And there will be some subtle variations between these because that's each color individually. And then your alpha. Why do we do that? We just want to copy the alpha layer. And then colors, components, compose. RGB, okay. Alright, so that did two things. One, it simplified our layers to where we can actually see. As you can tell, we can see color now. As it is. I mean, it's all dirt colored. It's the color of reality from early 2000s shooters, right? Where every game was just brown, because brown is the color of realism. 90s kids would understand. And we need to add a few layers here, so we might as well do that. And then we'll paste our alpha layer that we copied into one of those layers. And this is, again, this is our lights and darks. And we're just going to hide that for now. And we still need more layers. So let's just put in a couple more and call it good. We'll add layers as we go. So let's save this image. Just call it the Mako. Okay, oh, that's cool. Mako, I guess. Mass Effect. Mako. One has a black background. Looks to be about the same image. A little bit of different lighting on it, but I think I like the lighting on that one. More of a blue tone. This one's more, how do you say, contrasty. You can see this one has a lot less contrast. Color saturation. Yeah, it's more saturated. That's a nice image. So we've got some some references to work with here, and these are just going to be sort of our artistic reference. And it's kind of a little bit too overexposed to work. A little too bright. Gonna be too much gradient across it. Same deal there. But we get the idea. It's a really simple design. We'll have to see how things work out. It'd be neat if we could get that sort of a cabin look with the transparent dark glass, almost a mirror surface, but I don't think we're gonna be doing that. I guess in other images it's just a really dark black. Yeah, alright. Moving right along. Oh, that's the stream. Okay, I can close Jack. I was watching Jack with Guppy earlier. Oh, let's see if we have any comments. We do! I'm so tired I didn't even see you guys there. Advelos, hi! And D-Man, hey, good to see you, man. You've been catching like all my streams. As you too, Alexander. Maybe make a British camo for it like I should. You know, I'll put a tea bag on it. No, I don't know. Realistic camos are pretty cool, but they don't tend to do anything for me. I'm a weeb. I like my anime and my video game references and things, so... Oh! Hey, I should grab, thanks for reminding me. I should grab... I don't want any of that. Let's get Mass Effect logo. Is a good way to find things like this. And what sort of Mass Effect logo? I kind of want... I want N7. I don't want Cerberus. And... that looks like Final Fantasy, doesn't it? Alliance Special Forces. And I think I want the Mass Effect 2 logo on Mass Effect 4. Oh, Mass Effect Andromeda. One of you is not like the others. Alright. Save that in downloads. And likewise. So we've got a couple of things we can just paste on there, but I think we're actually going to end up doing some actual drawing. So prepare yourselves. And I have no idea what I'm looking at here, but the first thing I need to do is take this and copy it and put it into a new layer. And then hide the original. That way, if we really mess up, we can always go back here. Now we just want to straight up change all the colors. So we'll colorify. And let's use a custom color and have it be a little bit blue. But just really like light. Actually like a steel. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, how's that look? That'll do. But I want to do a lot to it. So, let's go back to... Let's open up download. Let's drag our reference images and our other images directly into GIMP. We got the Mako. I don't know. N7. And we do have some hexagon pattern here, but I don't think we're going to be using it because this doesn't really use a hexagon pattern all that much. But what we could do is pull something like this, right? So if we zoom way in on our Mako, let's move it around a little bit. See that? I kind of want that texture, so I'll just take and select. That's actually not the way to do it. Let's do a different style of selection. Let's go with this. And then we'll deselect certain colors. Bam. Bam. And we'll copy it. Put it in a new layer. Hide everything. Do this the sloppy way. Do. Takes me forever to draw anything. I highly doubt that I'm gonna finish this before Tank Baby or Tank Toddler wakes up. So it is what it is. Having said that, doesn't that look pretty cool? I mean, could you imagine that being part of? And we just want to kind of. Okay. Now what do I do with this? About that later. At least we have it. I'm totally just messing around here. It's gonna take a while to get this to come together. Let's check on you guys real quick. Where's the internet? Hey, Bacon Gaming, good to see you. I know you do some modeling, so you might be interested in this. We're just making a custom camo for the T18E2, and I'm going for a Mass Effect theme. I like the Mako from Mass Effect, and it could turn out to be garbage, and that's that's fine. Wouldn't be my first one, but I like the looks of it anyway. All right, here is our, what would we call this? Our body, I guess. And we'll see let's take a look at what we're actually looking at here. So this is a really complex series of layers here. It's going to be really tough to get a real theme going on here. This is one of those things that must have taken modelers forever to finish. And as a matter of fact, well, cheers to them, I guess. So I'm kind of torn as to what I want to go for here. Let's take another look at our reference image and just kind of think about how we want to do this. So if we make it all sort of a base white, then maybe we can add the dark details later. So let's start with this image here. And when was it? Colors? Colorify. Now, what we want to do is add a layer, make it white, and then overlay it onto this one. So, fill, foreground color, and fill it all. Bam, there's our model, alright? Change our opacity to 60. Let's just start. And now, everything we don't want to be white, we can delete off of this layer. That is one way of doing it. So, if we view this, see, we're not looking at it, but we are selected on it. And then anything we want to be not white. It's hard for me to think right now. So let's start by selecting everything. This layer, it's dark. All right. Select none and bam. Well, we might have to change our threshold. Let's make it like 5. Really, really tight tolerance. And it still is like half of everything. You know what? Let's do it. Let's make things interesting. This is a Mass Effect inspired skin after all. So let's take all this weathering. And now that we've selected it, we'll go back to this layer. And we'll delete it. There we go. That added some detail. I like that. It's bold. Sounds like Tank Baby's trying to wake up already. Has it been that long already, or is she just... You need to keep taking a nap? We'll find out. But this one, you know, some of the custom camos, they go really fast. Other ones, I really have to think. And this is one of the most complex models I've ever worked with. So, he's really here talking. Proud of herself. Okay. Well, let's get right back to it. These wheels, we want those to be black. Maybe we can... Nah, let's do it this way. Don't like... Gotta be a better way, right? Selecting a circle is like the hardest thing. it's the hardest thing. World War II, pretty tough. Selecting a circle, the hardest thing. You heard it from me. Okay. She's just talking. Laughing to herself. Little tank baby. Don't want to do that. I want that middle part to not get deleted. No, no. I have to live with it. Sleep for now. Back to our selection tool. That's what we might as well zoom in. This is not, again, I'm not the best custom camo maker, but I just make things that I enjoy as a way of celebrating the vehicles that I like to play. I decided I would share that with you guys. Okay, go back to our fill tool. We should still, there we go. It is what it is. It is what it is. What else can we sort of add an accent to here? Here's some boxes. Those tanks, let's make these tanks black. So we will fuel selectoroo. What are you doing, Toshio? Ah, it's so ugly. Deal with it. sort of touch up with the delete. There we go. Wunderbar. Wunderbar, he said with great relish, stroking his glorious mustache. Where are you from, Toshio? This looks like it should be black. I don't know what it is, but let's make it black. This can be black as well. Wunderbar. That looks like a MG port, or no, that looks like the little escape hatch that the mystery escape hatch that I was talking about earlier. You may have noticed me getting more sloppy. That is not a coincidence. The chubbies. And let's do this part. Actually, let's do it freehand. And what we'll do is increase the size of our delete tool and change the hardness. Yeah. Wunderbar. Now our MG port will be dark. The MG cover will be light. Live with that. I don't know what this stuff over here is, but we're gonna make it dark as well. Darkness. No parents. Okay. And you know what, this booty part here, we'll make it dark as well. Because why not? Booty part. Dark and great drawing skills. Okay. There we go. Let's check and see if you guys have any comments, questions. Yeah, I'll drop this on Live.War Thunder. We'll see. We'll see. It's probably gonna look like trash, but I'll be happy with it either way. Here's our tire. You see that tire tread, so we don't want that to be white. That's pretty neat. That's why it's called nature. There's a gas can. Make that dark. Actually, for the gas can, make it red. Okay, I'm happy with that. And while we're making things red, make some other things red. Make the turret ring red. I doubt that we'll be able to see it, but it's happening anyway. Tank Baby is cooing to herself now, so I'll have to go rescue her pretty soon. And do we want to make this port red as well? You know, why not? Get to be red as well. Oh, I gotta select nothing. This is very sloppy. In fact, I'm not happy with that airbrush effect. I kind of want to just select and fill. So let's do that. What is this? What is life? Lovely. Doing this right. I'm doing this right. What is my life? Oh, what is my life? Is there a hotbar for Phil? Shift B? B. I think I remember that. That means that if I select this, go Shift B, bam. There you go. There you go. What else can we make red? You know what? This looks like it would look nice as a red element. Shift B, bam. Learn something every day. This right here, you know what? You're getting red as well. Better red than dead. Well, that's a thing. Clean up this right here. White. Oh, I think I know. I think I know what I did something wrong. So let's reselect this. And go back up to here. And delete. That cleaned that up very nicely. Do you see what I did? So I went back to my, we'll call this the base layer. I selected the darks with my color select tool here. Color select, click on a dark area, and I'll show you. That selects every single section that is that color. And I go back up to this layer, and I already have that selection, and I just delete this layer where it's dark over there, and it adds that sort of weathered look to everything. So you can take all the hard work that Gaijin did, and they do work hard on these, by the way, guys. They don't, you know, some things they seem to sort of half-ass, but they do a great job on the vehicle model. And then we just deleted it, so it brought out the details on our gas can, our jerry can, if you will, and tires and the body and everything. That's pretty nice. So, you know, that slapdash, it's fast. It's not a final product by any means, but let's just get rid of this stuff here. I think we got a pretty good idea of what we want. And now we'll crunch down our layers. So this layer 3, let me just right click W, crunches it down onto the previous layer. We'll delete those layers, and we have to add layer mask, black, file, export as, and then we get to find So if we go into this template, oh no, here we go, right here, body, export, replace, compression, BC3DXT5 is fine. Okay, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this. This is what we have. So it looks like things didn't quite turn out exactly like we expected, but here's what we have. And you know what? Looks kind of cool. I don't know what this deal is here. It looks like there's a band holding the fuel tank on, and also there's part of our fuel tank we need to find in the textures to make it red, and we might just end up making that a different color. But there it is. You saw the things that we changed and turned them red, and we'll play around with how exactly we want to go about doing that. But there we have it. You know, it'd be cool is if we made that machine gun port maybe red, and we need to add something over the top of this layer to make it a little less cartoony. But I like the white hubs here. I want to find this tread and and change it. It's so weird that you have the overtread over the tire, and then there's another model somewhere for the undertread here. So very, very complex 3D modeling they did on this vehicle. I might want to choose a different color of red. It looks like we made one tank red and one tank not red. And look, the bands holding the tanks, they're so complex to model on this thing. We'll have to go back into our image here, undo some of the things we done did, and take a long, hard look at our life, decide what we want to do next. So, all these straps and things. This whole section here, all these, and all of this, let's change that to red. Take all of this. And just to make sure I actually get... And as well as... let's... Hard to tell what these things are, but we're changing them. By golly. Things that make me... Okay, fill with red. With red. That's odd. Oh, we're in the wrong layer, that's why. That is more along the lines of what I was looking for. And... I want the whole effect to be a little bit more subdued, and I want a pattern, a texture over the top of everything. I don't know how I feel about this. I think that's good. It needs to be a little bit more subtle, though, I think. And let's take another look at it. Yeah, this is a pretty harsh transition, as well as the sides here. But I do want something on the front here. This is probably the toughest model to work with that I've ever worked with. So now let's back into this. Just start messing with it. Doing this right? Am I doing this right? What is my life? Oh, what is my life? Oh, got a feeling that I might not know what's going on. Fool me once, fool me twice. Check the comment. Yeah, thanks, man. We'll see. We'll see. Definitely gonna be one of those things I'm never really happy with, but we'll see. Now, where is the background? Is it here? Is this the tire inner treads? It sort of looks like it. We'll find out. So, we gotta go through that same process again. Find the darks, and you know what? Let's change our threshold to, let's go with 8. Look at the darkest thing we can find. That give us just that. So, ooh, we could get really fancy if I wanted to. Let's try that. How's that look? That looks pretty neat. I like that. And then, the problem with this is it's a really monotone color map in the original, so it's hard to bring out colors from that. But we got something going on. And do I like this? I do. But also, I want to change the whole opacity of this layer down. So that, I think, will help a little bit. And then we're going to add a layer on top of this. And we need some kind of... You see how this sort of looks cartoony? We need like a paper texture or some texture just to give it a little bit more grain feel, I think. Well, actually, let's hold off on that for now. Let's just save this the way it is. Actually, let's throw some logos down on here. Sounds like Tank Baby went back to sleep, which is good. She needs to throw our logos on. Now that we have a feel for what we want. Just a feel. Still not sure how this is going to turn out. Or what it's going to become. Where, there you are. Okay, so we want to put the Mass Effect logo and the N7 logo on here. Mass Effect can go on the back. So maybe back here. That would be good. Yeah, in between those two handles. So there's our two handles. We'll take this and we'll have to put it below the main color. Well, no, not the main. We need a texture layer. I'm sort of talking to myself here. Now, is that going to be facing the right direction? How do I tell left from right? We need to find the top. See that little notch? There's a hook or something. Yeah, it's a latch. Okay, these hinges are on the bottom. So if that's the bottom, then this is right side up. And if it's right side up, then it's left to right. Okay, we're good. Probably. Probably. Let's make this more like 120 pixels. And still not quite where I want it to be. That's what I can do. I can add my... Yeah, I like that. I can add my... So I need to copy this. Put it into decals. Of course, you wouldn't. Why would you be in the same place? Okay, I'm happy with that. So we can hide this logo. That logo. This one we want to copy. Put down somewhere. It'd be nice if I could put it on the side, but let's put it on the front for now. Fool me once, fool me twice. And we know let's make it 150. No, 100. Maybe even smaller. Yeah. 60. I think I'm happy with it. There. Right below the MG port. And let's change our color on that. To white. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And I see it also changed our Mass Effect 2 logo here, but I think that'll also help it to stand out. We'll see about that. We need a texture layer. So, we need a texture. Let's go back to Google Images. So maybe just like a... Ooh. Actually, let's use what we have. And for the second time. Go up to layer. And I need another layer. Okay. Fill with a color that is black. Let's make our opacity 50. Alright, what's that look like? That looks pretty good. See what that did? Put some weathering on our stuff. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. I do like that. Alright, let's see how that looks. Get rid of our extra layers. What's this layer? My decal layer. There's a texture layer. So let's drop the decal layer onto the texture layer. Delete that layer. I don't think I'm really using the alpha layer at all. Which is fine. Because I sort of found the alpha layer anyway. We just have a really simplified alpha. In fact, let's try add layer mask black. Meh. Too dark. Yeah, we're not messing with the alpha layer this time. No. Down. Down. Add layer mask. Black. File. Export. What'd we do? We did this. Oh, things got weird. Things got so weird. So that decal's not in a good place. It needs to be a lot smaller. That's good. This is nice. I can live with this. These red accents. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It looks a little tacky. Looks like a clown car. With these need to be matching color. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. It looks just a little bit more tacky than I want it to look. And we've got one can white and one can... We're all over the place here. We're all over the place. We need a lot more of something and a whole lot less of something else. I like how the tools look, right? But some of their straps are not the way I want them to look. So I think I know what I want to do. Let's make it happen. Less talking, more rocking. So, what else can we? That doesn't matter. Here's what we have. Let's make just all of this, all of it red. Just keep some of our panels as white. I think this is another gas can. This. We're on this layer. More black. Ugh. Clean things up. This is like the fast way, the quick and dirty way to do a lot of this stuff. There is a better way, but I just don't have time. SpongeBob, stop wasting time. I want all of this. And this. And all this. All of it. Hmm. Yeah, let's do this. Let's make it fill with red. Okay. Oh, my legs. Oh, my legs. Alright. All these little tiny details. You know what? Let's make those red as well. Red? Do we want it to be red? Let's start by going totally wrong and work our way out of the hole there. Select this. And then deselect. It's dark. Yeah. Yeah. Fill. Red. Red. Wait, I messed up. That wasn't deselect. This is deselect. Okay. Fill. Red. What are we looking at? You know what? Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks pretty good. Almost looks like a thing. So let's see. Let's do the things again to this and see what we've accomplished. Oh, what? Okay. That looks like it has some potential. Okay. Isn't it neat how you start out with something that you start out with whatever, hold on. Let's take care of those decals. This needs to be smaller, much smaller. 80. Gonna look pixelated as all heck. I don't know if I even want it, but you know what? We got it. Do we want it there? We don't have to put it there if we don't want it there. Gonna look bad. Oh well. Eh. The booty on this thing is pretty weird looking. Alright. We'll decide to be happy with that. File. Export. So, like I was saying, isn't it neat that you start out with something you're not happy with at all, and then you just look at what you don't like, and you do something about it. Kind of like life. Try things. We're gonna get rid of that white background on the Mass Effect logo. If you don't like it, do something about it. Or stop complaining. Get going, get doing, get out of the way. That. Whoops, messed up again. This is deep. Well, that looks like crap. You know what? Start over on. Where's our Mass Effect 2 logo? Jeez, that's big. Alright, we're selecting it. And what am I even looking at? From 6,900 pixels down to like 80. So bad. So bad. I hate to do this. 17 pixels high. Gonna look bad. Put it underneath that layer. Doesn't look bad from a mile away. Hello? We're in the move tool now. Oh, GIMP is having issues. I don't know why it does this sometimes. My move tool stops working. Really weird. Really weird. Why do you look so bad? Is that how that looks? Looks okay from here. Oh, I know what I did. I messed everything up. Okay. Okay. Fixed it. We're just gonna... Goodbye, Mr. Bond. This has turned out to be a lot more simple than what I was going for. So, what if we... I mean, come on. Really? With one of them being red and one of them being white? And one of the ports being white, one of them being red. Yeesh. Let's just looking more and more like a clown car every day. You know what? Well, no, it's fine. And that's the other port. Okay. What in the... Okay. Computer's taking a while to catch up to what I'm telling it. That makes sense. This is pretty... We're taking all the white, coloring over it for now. Let's just... This is what we have right now. We've got all red and black. With some little white accents. And I think that's what I'm going to go for. Keep it simple, stupid. So, let's work from that angle. Okay. This. Let's do this dirty. Right. Size 1/4. That is so sloppy. Uh, uh, uh. Okay. Bill. What else? Little accents. There's one can, there's the other. Did we make them white? Meh. What do we make white here? Let's just start with that and see what happens. That's sloppy. Whoops. That's better. Not all better. That's what this is for. Threshold 8. This layer. Delete it. Okay. Okay. This I can live with. See what we've done. Next one. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. You know what? It still a little bit looks like a clown car. Let's take the white off the wheels. I can live with the red on the wheels. And if I could only identify what these boxes and things are, still not really happy with. But better than it was. Maybe. I'm really not happy with this. All right, so select that and then intersect by color of that. Delete. There we go. Still not happy. But it's a start. What else is red? Go for all of the red. Maybe I can make it look better. Well, look at this. I got one fender is red and one's not. Let's fix that. So, is this the one that's not red? I think it is. Select. Let's just... Bam. Fixing the problem. What else? We got one side fender here that is black. It's red. This is the hardest model I've ever worked with because it's hard to tell what's what, and there's so many different features. Just a lot. This must have taken forever to model. They probably made it back when Baron was still talking about wheeled vehicles. No kidding. I know why they took so long to put them in the game. They're tricky, complex stuff. So do the things. Sorry if I'm not explaining anything anymore. I'm getting kind of tired of my own voice. All right, do the things. Go up to that layer. Delete. Okay. Try this out. All right. Got. Still not right. Gag. Okay. See. I could see and also was not blind. So here's our fenders right here. Things here. Because why not? Tough model to work. Very challenging. But how you grow. Take on challenges. Alright, I'm just about out of time for this model. I've only spent like a few minutes on the body. I mean, I shouldn't say a few minutes. I've only, got like a base layer down on the body, and I'm already running out of patience. Just I I don't have time to really put in to make this a good looking custom camo, and as it is, like it, I don't know, it looks like a toy. So many artifacts, places where things just aren't the way I want them. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's start over. I'm just gonna make the very simplest. So I'm just gonna recolor it. That's all I'm gonna do, and I'll live with the results. Anyway, guys, thanks for catching this stream. I don't think this is gonna end up getting published. It's too complex. Too many things to work out. Kudos to the game programmers for making this. I mean, here's the skin that they made for it. It's an incredible work of art. Well, guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take every layer, I'm gonna make it gray like this, and I'm gonna call it a day. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.